Welcome to my channel. This is Toro, and today I would like to be talking to you about reasons why I'm planning, and reasons why I'm moving back to the motherland. I'm talking about reasons why I'm moving from America to Ghana. It has been a journey. It has been a journey. It has been a wonderful journey. It has also been a rough journey. Some of my expectations were not met. Things didn't go the way that I planned it to be. But I believe that God has another plan. He always has another plan for us. And most of the time, He has better plans for us. If it doesn't work, He has another plan for you. And I've been here for a while. I came here in the year 2002, went back and forth. So I've stayed here combined for 20 years. For 20 years. The last time I was in Ghana was 15 years ago. Like I said, moving from Ghana to the United States has been a journey. I've been on the mountaintop, and I've been also in the valley. I've been through stuff. I've been through things that was not even compared to some of the things that people said about America. I thought it was going to be easy. I thought the moment you come here, you start making money. But little did I know that the journey was going to be rough. I keep telling people call me, and I keep asking them what they really want to do. And everybody that I've talked to, most of them, I would say 90% of the time, they tell me they want to travel. And I tell them that if what you are doing back home is working and is working good, my advice to you, not to micromanage you or impose anything on you, but my advice to you is to keep doing what you're doing. See, when you are consistent in what you are doing, in whatever that you are doing, most of the time it comes out very well. But if you're looking here and there, your eyes looking here and there, it's like you don't pay attention to what you're doing. You want to travel, you want to do this, you want to do that. Many a time it cuts off the flow. Many people that we also left back home, that were nobodies, now they are somebodies. They didn't have anything. They kept doing what they were doing. They kept pressing on. They kept doing the same thing over and over. They kept failing. They kept falling. And they kept also getting up. You see, the problem is not failing. The problem is doing what you're supposed to do. The problem is not failing. The problem is doing what you're supposed to do. You see, failure is part of the success story. Ask anybody who has made it. Ask any millionaire who has made it. They will tell you that at one point in time, they lost everything. That is the time when you lose everything. That is the time you learn from your mistakes, so that you'll be able to take care of what you've worked for. Be able to take care of your labor, so that you don't mismanage money. You don't mismanage money. You don't mismanage things that you've worked for. It has not been easy. I've done over, if I'm not mistaken, I've done over 20 jobs. But even that, I couldn't even save $10,000. Many of you will say that, what is he talking about? Yes, that is what I'm talking about. I'm plain, and I'm trying to let people know that when you talk of American dream, to me, there's no dream. A lot of people will tell you that they have a house, they've got a house. Ask them if their house are paid off. So these are the reasons why I started thinking about. I said, okay, why do I have to spend my life in another country working, and even things are not going on the way I want it to be? And even buying a house takes 30 years to pay a mortgage. where I can own a house back home with no mortgage. I thought about all these things. I know it's tough down there, but I also know that here, life is not easy here because I've been here. You see, consistency pays. When we drive nice cars, remember that those cars that we drive, I'm here to tell you, 90-something% of the time is not paid off. We are so engulfed with debt, paying bills. If you go to my account right now, I don't even have $2,000. I don't even have $5,000. I don't even have $1,000 in my account. I am telling you, you might think that, oh, I'm just making it up. Go into my account. If you want me to show you, I don't even have $1,000 in my account. Let me not go too high. $1,000 I don't have. I live by paycheck to paycheck. Whatever I make is what I spend. I make it and I spend it. I make it and I spend it, and that is very dangerous. Somebody says, oh, you should have a savings, you have a this. Until you are in my shoes, you understand what I'm saying. But since you are not in my shoes, you will not understand. When I tell people that I want to move back home, they tell me, oh, let's stay here. Why do you want to move? And all that. I don't plan my life based on friendship. I don't plan my life based on people, because friendship will fail. The people that say that, oh, let's live here together, call them and ask them if you are in need, and ask them for $500. And tell them that you are short of your rent, and ask them for $200. They don't have it. So why can't I make my life comfortable somewhere else, where I will not be a burden to the system, that I will not be a burden to people, that I can live on my own and have my own house and enjoy my own life and have my little business out there and have my peace. The stress level here is so high that you can even be sick. And let's talk about when you are sick. People say that, oh, when you are sick and you go to the hospital, they will take care of you. That's a lie. That's a lie. The only time you go to the hospital, if you don't have insurance, is when you have an emergency. They will take care of you. But when you are being discharged, they give you a paper saying that follow up with your primary care physician. And if you don't have insurance, and if you don't have the cash to pay for that, then who is going to take care of you? Who is going to do the follow-up for you? So why do we lie to people, thinking that America and the other countries that we see is like heaven? It's not heaven. I'm the one who will tell you the truth. Whatever that you are doing in Ghana, keep on doing it. Whatever that you are doing in any part of Africa, keep on doing it. There are a lot of people who travel thinking that it's so easy. If you come to America, you don't have papers, you are in trouble. If you go to anywhere in the world, you don't have papers, you can't even find a job. Then you have to work with something, and that alone can even kill you. The stress that people go through. I'm here to let you know. I'm here to tell you the truth. I'm not going to sit here and lie. I just want to caution you that don't think that it's going to be easy. Don't think that America is easy. Don't think that Europe is easy. Don't think that Germany is easy. Whatever that you're doing, especially if you have something doing with your hand, you're a mason, you are a carpenter, you are, what do you call it, a steel bender, whatever that you're doing with your hand, friends, do it well and do it well and do it well, because that is where your success is going to come from. If you want to sit in a plane just for fun and just travel for people to know that you are traveling, I'm not sitting here telling you that don't. But I'm here and I'm cautioning you and telling you that the dream that we're talking about, there's actually no American dream. The taxes you pay, the money I make, they take taxes. I go to the bank, my account, they charge me $12 a month. They call it maintenance fee. What kind of maintenance is that? When you are using my own money, borrowing it to people, making profit out of it, and you're telling me to pay $12, that is maintenance fee. Somebody will say there's bank charges in Africa. I know that. I'm trying to arrive at a point. The car that you are driving in the state of Virginia, in the state of North Carolina, you pay property tax on it. Every year, they send it to you according to the value of the car. So if you buy a new car right now, you have a percentage you pay. Next year it will decrease, but you still pay. Once you own the car, you still pay it. What kind of life is this? Every money you make is taxable. But somebody will say, so that means that they use the money and they pay, they use the money and they use it to make roads and all that. I understand that. But what I'm trying to say is the taxes are so much that you are not able to even save any. The middle income person is living by paycheck to paycheck. You work 2 jobs. I do 2 jobs. 2 jobs. But I still don't make it. Told my wife the other day, I said, you know what? It is better to go back home. We've learned so much. We've been through a lot. I always pay my bills, pay my rent, always late. Why? Because things are not catching up. Where else I can live back home? And at my age, I'm nearing 50 years old. What else do I need here? Somebody says, oh, but you are still young. Why don't you wait till you go back home in your retirement age? Who told you that retirement is even promised at all? I make decisions based on today, not based on tomorrow. Whatever I have right now is what I used to plan for the future. So if what I'm seeing and what I've been through, if I keep going through what I'm going through right now for the next 5, 6, 7 years, it's not going to be well with me. It's not going to be well with me. I'm just throwing this out there, letting you know that all the houses that we live in, some of them we rent them. Some are like we bought them. Some also have their own houses, but let me tell you, it's not paid off. It's not paid off. Because that is a system to keep you in there. Do you know the word mortgage, what it means? It means death. In the Latin word, something like that. It means death. That means you are tied up to debt for the rest of your life. And even if it's paid off, you miss payment for your taxes, that house will be sold. If you buy a house and you pay rent or you pay mortgage every month for 10 years, you've been paying it for 10 years, you miss payment for the next 3 months, 6 months, whatever, they will try to negotiate with you. After some time, that house will go on foreclosure. They will sell it because the bank doesn't want to lose their money. They want to make back their money. They will sell it cheap. Why can't we, the people living in the diaspora, tell the people what we do here? I've done cleaning before. I've worked in a nursing home before. I've worked with the painting company before. I've worked with the cleaning company before. I've done the ride share before. I've done all kinds of work. I've done deliveries here and there. I've done everything. But I'm still where I am. I can live a better life back home. You can own your own house. Live your life. Have your organic garden. Have your garden somewhere. Buy land somewhere and plant your own food and eat your own food. I'll be talking about very soon. Planting your own food and enjoying your own food. And if you can cut 80% of your grocery by you planting them yourself, growing them yourself, life will be much easier for you. I'm not sitting here maybe looking nice and driving maybe a nice car, thinking that I own the car. I don't. As a matter of fact, I lease the car for work because my work car that I've been using used to go to the shop all the time. So I decided, okay, why not lease? I don't own anything in America. I don't have anything in America. What I have in America is my life. It's my life. My advice to you, don't sit down somewhere and think that something is flashy, so it's gold. There's gold out there. When you get closer to it, you realize that it's not actually gold, but it's actually something that has been painted with a yellow paint. But because you were far away, you thought that it was gold. Friends, it looks greener out here, but I'm telling you, life is not easy. Life is not easy. I advised a young man few weeks ago. He called me, said things are not going on well in my country, in Ghana, and I want to travel. And I told him, list some of the things that you have, and I'll give you an answer. He said, I have 2 shops. It's slow right now. I said, in every job, it comes to a point where it becomes slow. In every area of business. So you have a small farm. He said he has a small farm, he has this, he has 2 cars, he has this, he has a land and all that. And I told him, I said, at your age, 28, 29, at your age, I didn't have what you have. I came here when I was 26, I came to this country. And I'm growing, 47 years old. I've been here enough to tell you that what you're doing is enough. What you're doing, keep on doing what you're doing. But try to find something to also back everything that you've told me. And I tell you, you say a big thank you to me in few years to come. And I told him that I'm not trying to tell you what to do. I'm just advising you. But when you go home and you go to your room and you sleep on your bed, all I want you to do is to think about what I've told you. If you think it's going to work for you, heed to my advice. Heed to it. But if you think it's not going to help you, and you still want to travel, there's a saying that travel and see. When you travel, you know what I'm talking about. When you travel and you go outside and you travel and you understand what I'm saying. And many a times people don't listen to advice. They do whatever they want. They go back to the same person they ask advice for. And they tell them that, I wish I had listened. Friends, it's not like what you think. It's not like what you think. It's not like what you think. There was one time that we were nearly evicted. Even the letter came. I was working, but things were not going on well. I missed 2 months' payment. He gave us the letter. For some reason, something happened. We had to move. We were evicted, actually. But we were not evicted in terms of the sheriff coming to take and to put our stuff out. We actually voluntarily moved out and we got another place and we started all over. Friends, don't put yourself in this trap. It's a trap. It's a trap. It's a trap. Don't put yourself into it. Sometimes we set our own distraction. Sometimes we set our own traps. And then we set our own traps and then we fall into our own traps if we had listened. We ignore every advice. We ignore every people that try to advise us. The youth of today don't want to listen to any advice. All they want to hear is keep going, keep going, keep going. Meanwhile, you are going, but there's a ditch somewhere. And the person who is telling you have so much experience that he's telling you so that you will not fall into the same trap. I'm telling you, when you travel, I'm here to let you know that traveling doesn't promise anything. It doesn't give you any pathway to anything. If you travel and you go to another country and when you get there and you don't have papers, you will understand what I'm talking about. You will understand what I'm talking about. Few months from now, I'll tell you the plain truth. I'll give you details and I'll break everything down for you so that you will understand. So you will understand what I'm talking about. I'm telling you, there's no dream anywhere. If there's any dream, then it's where you are. Then it's where you are. If there's any dream or anything that will move you forward, it's right where you are. It's right where you are. So my advice to you, as a young man, as a young lady coming up, and you think going to America or coming to America, going to this, by watching the movies and seeing all that, that makes a promise that you will enjoy life and you enjoy this. That is where the problem is. And I'm telling you, it's not easy. It has never been easy for me. And I want to make it soft for you. I want to tell you so that it will be easy for you. By what? By planning and doing what you're supposed to do where you are. Right where you are, there's a miracle. There's a miracle. If you're new to my channel, subscribe. If you're coming back as a subscriber, thank you. We're trying to help each other. We are all trying to help each other. I'm not trying to scare anybody. I'm not trying to do that. There's education, there's education. Sometimes education is you. You have to educate your own self. Education is not sitting in a classroom. I'm telling you, there are a lot of people who never sat in a classroom. They are doing very well. What about them? Does that mean that they are nothing? No. English is not even my language. English is not my language. I have my local language. We learn English, but it's not something that that I was taught with like my language. Let us be true to ourselves. All these things about dream is about this. It's about 2 jobs, 3 jobs, and 4 jobs. Some people even do 3 jobs and they can't even see you. Look at them and you can see that something is wrong. I've been there. I've done it before. I've done 3 jobs. I'm telling you, I don't want you to be in that trap. You pay your bills and it's gone. You pay your bills. You pay your phone bills. Let me give you the bills that I pay. I pay rent. I pay car insurance. I pay money for the car that I use. I buy gas or I charge my car. I pay for electricity. I pay for gas. I pay for water and grocery shopping, for food, for kids. Somebody, oh, because you have kids. Somebody is even doing two jobs. Doesn't have any kid. Doesn't have any child. Doesn't have a wife. But can't even afford and live and be paying his bills or her bills. I'm telling you, friends, the dream is not true. You will work till you die. You think the reason why they give you 60 from 62, I think 63, 62, 63, you can retire early up to 67? Because they know that once they work you out, by the time you are even 70, if you are not fortunate and in good health, you will not enjoy even your retirement. You think they are stupid? They set up this plan so that you work till you die. And even the moment you go home, you are bound to die. You are just going to die. Why don't you do what you're doing? Save some money. Have a nice little house. Decent. Nice compound. Nice garden. Live your life. Have the freedom. Have the financial freedom. I have regrets. I have regrets. Apart from having my kids, some of my kids here, I have regrets. Sometimes I say to myself, I should have stayed in Ghana, but I'm here. But I've realized that it wasn't a mistake coming here, but I think I stayed too long. I'll be documenting my repatriation back to Africa, to Ghana, and this is also part of the message that I've started also. Planning, boxing stuff, and getting ready to go home, to go back to Ghana, and continue to do what I used to do, and love what I used to do, and also build what I want to build, and also use my talents, my gifts, to make myself happy, to have the joy that I need. I'm always angry because things are not going on well for me. And I'm telling you, it doesn't matter when people say, oh, why do you want to move? Stay here. No, they are not me and I am not them. And I appreciate their concerns. But let me tell you, to have a better life, to have a free life, is for me, as an African, as a black person, living in the diaspora, living in America, is best for me to go back to my roots. I'm not bitter. It's just that I've learned so much. I've learned so much. I've had all the experience that I need. And I think it's time for me to implement them by taking bold steps towards my goal. So I'll stop here. If you're new to my channel, Family Life or Life with Toro, it's all that. like you to subscribe and share. Thank you.